moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Ian Book has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. On the move, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Logan Wilson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson Able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Wentz. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Hamilton able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. After the sack on 1st down, Wentz and finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Emmanuel Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Martin will return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Back to throw. Brown. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Brown now, throwing on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people don't question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Brown. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his throw here is incomplete.
And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. On 1st down, Wentz steps away. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Left tackle Eric Fisher, the former Kansas City Chief, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wentz will give to Taylor on the draw. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Over the middle, complete. That's Patrick. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded inside the 5. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety. Out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Brown. Throwing right, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Brown. On 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now Wentz. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Carson Wentz. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Torn says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Dancing to his left. Touchdown! It's complete. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Taylor. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a give to Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So now all eyes shift to the Jags. Trailing by 6. 44 seconds to go. He'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. These are the spots. This stage of the game where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. And this one too low.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. They'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. But Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Colts, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year.